that's the wrong one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It was Debbie? Denise? Ah, I know. What's my name? Damn it, I'm terrible. It begins with a D, right? Oh. Edie? EV? Okay. Eenie, okay. Welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm live. If you want to sit in a hot seat, you're welcome to sit over there. You're welcome to sit anywhere. Just shoot the shit while we paint. I'm going to be working on The Good Doctor. You got me monologuing. YGM monologuing. All right. I just had to go borrow paper towels. All right. Volume seems good. Got our brushes set up. Got everything good to go. I think I'm ready to start painting. Who we got out there? Hey, look at that. We got some bots watching us. Awesome. Right now we have A7 Exelica and FTO Payer.
Is this too cold for you?
Not at the moment. It might get there.
Well, you can just put it down. Yeah, because I'm going to let a little air in. I'm trying to get someone to unlock the temperature thing because it's set to 72 degrees in here.
Can we get a breeze coming through that door by opening that up? And
I don't know if it'll be now. Yeah. Just close it if it bothers you.
I will. Should be all set up. Clean, wet palette. All right, so what we got going on here, for those of you who join us later, we're doing a community paint and our first community painter is Evie. She can say hello when she's ready.
All right, well, hi, whoever's here.
All right, so there we go. I'm going to be working on my Doctor Who bust, just all black and white. Where did I put my cheaters? Getting old sucks. I just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. Once after you turn 21, it's like, there's nothing to look forward to now.
I'm not going to go that far. Because the nice thing is now I make enough money that I can do all the stuff that I want.
That's the important part. See, that's supposed to be the fun part in life when you get older, because you're able to do the more fun stuff.
All right.
It was TY monologue?
YGM monologuing. MONO. That's right there. You got me monologuing. We started off just as a podcast talking about nerd stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then I put a picture of a piece that I had painted up, and someone wanted, they're like, hey, could you do a video on how you did this base? Mm-hmm. I'm like, I guess I could. And then it kind of blossomed from there.
That's pretty awesome.
So now our podcast is a video podcast where we still just talk about nerd stuff, whatever we feel like.
I mean, it makes you happy and you love it. That's the important part.
Absolutely. And then I do paint streams once a week. I do Tuesday nights.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do surprise streams over the weekend. So when
nice.
I get some time, I will just decide to hop on a stream.
You have some water I could mooch off of you?
All right here.
Oh, nice.
Rinse water. That is plain water. This is.
You got Flow Aid? Oh.
This is straight Flow Aid.
You were so thoughtful. You got everything.
Yeah. This is my homemade. Essentially, it's a Lamian medium.
Okay.
It is Flow Aid, matte medium, and water.
All right.
So it's great for glazes.
Nice.
All right. I will worry about that. You have fun painting.
I will. I just don't know where I want to start off with.
So the goal is to have this piece done by the end of the weekend and either put it in the charity raffle this weekend or have it for the next DragonFall charity raffle.
Oh, nice. All right.
So all for the greater good. All right. So I'm working off a brand new wet palette. Never used this thing before. It's the Everlasting wet palette. So since I'm only working in 5 colors, I figured I'd take the smaller of them. Since everybody else is going to be working on that, and it's going to take a lot more colors. So.
Well, it'll be a bunch of random colors.
And that's
the
perfectly
beautiful
fine.
thing. No one's gonna know what this is gonna look
That's
like.
right. That's exactly what I'm going for here. So flow weight on there. Medium. All right. So where we left off on this guy is we've done the cheek. I gotta do some refining on the nose here. I'm noticing. We'd worked our way around and we got through most of the lips. I'm pretty happy with where the lips are right now. So we're gonna just work our way around this bad boy. So Evie, how'd you end up getting into painting?
Actually, it was like just kind of stumbled into it. My partner was got into D&D, and he bought a bunch of models, and I was like, oh, these look pretty cute. They look like fun. And then one of the guys was like, oh yeah, you can just paint these. I was like, wait, you can paint models? What? And it just like blew my mind. Because I have a really heavy art background, so.
Me too.
Yeah, so I just started playing around. And I just like really got into it. I like it a lot. It's just fun seeing what you make and just having that physical thing there is just nice.
Exactly. For me, I went to school for art. I was a art student 20 years ago.
What was your major?
Just general art. I had
Okay.
initially gone. I was going to do graphic design.
Oh.
Actually, digital design.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Do you have a paper towel? I could use?
I do.
Oh, thank you.
But you have to take all your art classes. I did a lot of watercolor classes and I did a
Oh,
lot of
nice.
sculpting classes.
Oh, okay.
Because at the time I'm like I don't need a specific degree to get a job.
Yeah.
But so I took a lot of watercolor, a lot of sculpting,
Yeah.
and everything kind of grew from there for me. And the thing is, I've always since I was 10 years old, I knew that I was an artist of some sort.
Yeah.
Always doing some kind of drawing and whatnot. Actually, younger than that. And so I avoided games like Games Workshop games because I'm the guy, I would never field a gray army.
Yeah.
You will never find gray. So, and I know that I'm also meticulous.
Yeah. I feel that.
And so I avoided it. And until I'd paint a piece here or there, but I was using cheap brushes, cheap paints because I wasn't doing it for anyone but
Just
me.
yourself, yeah.
Right. Let's hit.
I wish I brought a bigger brush.
What do you got?
I got a size 6. I should have. I wish I brought like an 8 or a 9.
Oh. You don't mind crappy brushes.
I can always work with the crappy brush.
So, anything you see in there, you're welcome to anything I've got.
Oh my god, nice.
That's the whole thing of community paint is I don't want to expect anyone else to bring their own stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so right here in the crease of the nose, I got a little bit lighter than I wanted to. Darken that down a little bit. There we go. Clean that up. In that corner, we're going to do this. But I can tell you, it was Star Wars Legion because everything for me comes back to Star Wars.
Yeah.
I was 5 years old when the movie came out. And Ralph McQuarrie was one of my greatest influences on anything I've done, right?
Yeah.
In fact, some of the earliest things I did was copying some of the paintings that he had done for the movies.
Yeah.
And so Star Wars Legion came out, and I'm like, I'm not buying this game. I'm not buying this game. All my friends are like, oh, this is so awesome. I'm like, I'm buying this goddamn game. So
Yeah.
I bought into it. And of course, then it's like, well, I need to paint all of this.
Yeah.
So that's how that. It just spiraled from there.
And that's where you get introduced to the plastic crack, huh?
I did. And then I met up with guys like Anthony and Doug Risley out of Grognard, who are both fantastic painters.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, you should join this paint group we're in. We can talk about painting. And I'm like, all right, I'm easy.
Yeah.
And so it's like, Lila Mev is part of the group, and Kathy Wapple is part of the group.
Oh, I know Kathy. Yeah.
Kathy is amazing.
I love Kathy. She's such a sweetheart.
She is. And I'm meeting all of these talented painters, and I'm just anything I can pick up.
Yeah. Did you want to play something, babe? All right.
So yeah, I started off thinking I was hot shit. I'm like,
You got humbled real quickly,
Oh
huh?
my God,
Yeah.
so quick.
The ego is a monster sometimes.
Well, the thing is, I paint for me.
Yeah.
So I'm entering Brush Beast. I entered once before.
What's
I don't
Is this what's
painting competition.
Is this Brush Beast? Or a different?
No, Brush Beast is a painting competition that they're going to be holding here this weekend.
Oh, okay.
They're online. I found them through Facebook because Anthony. Do you know Anthony Wang?
I have met him one time.
He's one of the judges for it.
Okay.
And so he's like, "Oh, Tony, you should totally enter." I'm like, "I totally shouldn't, but sure, if you think so."
Yeah, do it. Why not? Hell
So
yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Happy with that. I got a couple of pieces I'm putting in this week here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which reminds me, I got to buy my other ticket. I've only got one entry.
Ooh, yeah.
I have two pieces. It's 5 minutes later, drinks paint water. Yeah, I've been fortunate enough not to do that. I've never drank my paint water.
I've dipped my brush in paint water. I have not taken the sip of the paint water.
I've rinsed my brush off in my coffee.
Oh yeah. I've done that too.
And I've got some dry brushes here, some large ones if you want for stippling or
Oh no,
more
I'm
coverage.
doing like just a quick wet blend base. So I'm using magenta, a little bit of olive flesh, but I use Chimera's Plasto Green for the shade, and then a little bit of magenta for like the purple, and I'm going with the bright pink, and then maybe some yellow on top for extreme highlight. I'm just messing around.
Oh, please.
I just want this. I don't know. I want to see what people can do with the purple and pink base.
I am down with it.
I mean, we can make him red, but everyone's done him red.
Right. Red and black. Ooh.
Ooh, but pink and purple?
That'll be fun.
Also, knowing Sam's gonna try this, I want to give him something colorful.
There we go.
I want to get him out of his comfort zone.
I am down. I'm down for all of it.
Hell yeah. How long have you been streaming on Twitch? You don't mind me asking.
I don't. We've been on Twitch a little bit more than a year.
Okay. Nice.
We've been doing the podcast for about 2.
Okay.
I had a different lens for the camera pointed at my mini, but it's jacked, so.
Camera angles are always hard to get. Like,
They
framing.
are.
It's such a pain in the butt.
It completely and totally is.
Nope.
Oh, I gotta blend that a little bit better. Oh, I'm just looking at some of my blends.
Oh, talking to yourself?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
talking
Yeah.
to myself, talking to my stream. What was that? You guys never met before? No, we've never met before. First time.
I think we're getting along pretty well, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we got a good vibe going on.
I am easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You know, I get along with just about anybody who's not a douche. I get along with.
Same.
You know?
As long as you're not an awful person, that's
Exactly.
that's just the bare minimum.
And the thing is, actually, I've got some pretty awful people in my life that I do get along with still.
Really?
You've never met my brother.
Oh, gotcha. Family. I feel that.
Hey, Zelica, just wanted to check, make sure you can hear us both okay. As long as I got someone out there, because I can't listen to my own stream while I'm streaming it. So what kind of stuff do you primarily work on? Do you like to paint?
Whatever fills my creative need. Usually I love monsters.
Nice.
Monsters and animals are my jam. I'm not a big fan of people, so I don't really like painting them.
I need to let that set for a minute. The hard thing is I don't have my hair dryer here.
It's doing a community paint thing. It's so
Hey.
like everyone comes in and like paints something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm doing a really bright, obnoxious like base. So I want to see what people can do with it.
And I hope that you'll come and join me as well, Adam. I'm Tony.
Hi. Sorry.
That's all right. Nice to meet you. I mean, you got me monologuing. I've pestered you a couple of times on your stream.
Oh, really?
Yes. I don't expect that you would remember that, but I enjoy the hell out of your stream. I love the fact that you're all about bringing the new people along and fostering those. You got to be friendly and nice and bring them in, and you always have a good take on a lot of the stuff. I like your last video on how you can cheat your hobby.
Yeah. I've talked to you about that kind of stuff a couple of times.
Yeah.
And so it's been kind of nice to be able to, because I think a lot of people, it came because somebody was just recently, one of the comments was like, oh, well, you can't do that, it's cheating. You know, I was talking about like Zenithal highlights and then using contrast.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of doing that all the time. So.
Yeah.
How's it going? Well, we're going to stream here all weekend. It's open painting. Whoever wants to sit down and paint with us. We are over here. We're doing what I'm calling community stream, where this one piece will be painted by whomever wants to sit down, pick it up, and work on it for however long you want to paint it. And then at the end of the weekend, it's going to be given to the convention for either the raffle or the next raffle. So it'll be whatever we decide to make it. So, I'm Tony.
Tony, Josh.
Josh, nice to meet you.
From Tasteful Awards.
Hi. How you
See
doing?
it, great.
So yeah, I'm just working on my own little bust here, and then that's for anybody who wants to sit down
Yeah.
and have a conversation. Because it's nice to talk to people while you paint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Strong agree.
Bit of echo going on. Okay.
I haven't seen these little games before.
So I picked those up on Amazon. They were with the lens. They were $80 a pop, and they're for home security essentially, but they use a CS lens. So any lens I can pick up with a CS fitting,
Yeah.
I can go ahead and outfit it. I chose to go with the manual focus.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit more control. I had an autofocus one, but it's like, hey, the end of my brush came into focus, and now you can't
Yeah.
see anything else. So I chose to go with, I think this one is a 5 to 50, and this one is yeah. So, yeah. And then the rigs were like, these were $15 a piece, and
Yeah.
this cost me $3 to build.
Yep.
So, because I do paint streams Tuesday nights. I used to compete with you on Monday nights. Now I get to compete with Kenny Boucher. Like, well, okay. What's that? Yeah, Twitch. You got me monologuing. YGM monologuing. We start off as just a geek podcast. You know, just shooting the shit about anything nerd related that we want to talk about. And then someone asked me about I did my Thanos. I did when I did the Crisis Protocol Thanos. I did the base and I made a kind of a marbleized texture, just working really, really wet and throwing down thin paint, so it left all these great little lines in it. And they said, you should do a video on how to do that. I'm like, I got time. It's a pandemic. I can set that up.
Is that just on Twitch? Because Twitch doesn't have libraries you can go back through.
So I'm pulling my videos and I'm throwing them onto YouTube as well. But my videos are all 2 to 3 hours long. So they don't, people like 3 hour video, it's like,
I'm just right in the middle of the commission on that base right now.
Oh, are you?
It'll be interesting to see.
Here, I can throw up a picture. Right here. I didn't ask for that. All right, what's new and oh. Where am I? Yeah, right. Oh my God! Stop it.
Did you do a Zenithal or just brush?
This, so he started off life. I can show you. Where did I? Okay, so he started off. That was just airbrush work to figure out how I wanted to do the rest of it. But this is brush. This is me just going in and throwing rough.
You're just going to leave it in a black and white like that?
Yes, yeah, because it's First Doctor. He was in black and white. Exactly. So that's the goal for this one. I got a couple of other busts that I picked up recently. I'm looking forward to this. This Mind Flare I'm going to do with a like a campfire coming from this side, from this quadrant.
Reds and yellows and oranges.
Yeah, against the purples and blues and blacks. This makes for great streaming, I know. Let me see, where is my Thanos? Thanos. Yeah, I don't do any painting at all. There he is. So one of the things that I did, so I bought all the skull. I bought the skull box, and I glued all of those on individually. Here's the thing, I've got it keyed so you can actually take the figure out. That is my favorite part of what I did here.
That's what's neat about that base is that you can.
And when you're looking at it straight on, you can't see the seam. So what I did here was I threw down my base gray. I did it here and I did it on the marble on the back. And then I threw a bunch of water on it. And I just dragged the brush through with water on it. So I'd get these kind of faint, these spills, and I'd get... Someone wanted to know how to do it, so...
It's awesome. Like I said, I'm right in the middle of that. I'm currently working on a figure. I did kind of a chrome undercoat with the metal color.
Yeah.
And then it used a scale color, all contrast line.
Okay.
I think it's some of their blues airbrushed over it to kind of bring that chrome still through.
Right.
underneath.
Yeah. I didn't want to do that on the suit. I also did my first attempt at NMM gold on that, and his boots ended up looking more like Timberlands than they did gold. I suck at NMM. I suck.
Fun to practice. I mean, you got. I mean, that's not quite the same. You're not going
Right.
to highlights, but you've got kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as long as you know where to put the lights,
Right.
that's
The-
where I struggle with.
and how far to go with the shadow and how far to go with the highlight. That's the key. But yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, there's my first NMM boot. I'm like,
It looks like maybe he just runs through a little bit of mud. It looks gold. But, yeah, that looks good, man. That's better than I can do.
hey, honey. 3, please. Love you. Bye. Awesome. Yeah, that was my first attempt at it. But yeah, I
That's a good start for sure.
yeah, but I paint no minis at all. This is my BattleTech, my custom company of mercenaries for the Inner Sphere, my Legends.
Legion, okay. I do a lot of Legion stuff too.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a Star Wars nerd.
That's what started me.
The Legion minis, me too.
Yeah, I did not paint minis. I'm so happy with how he came out.
Looks great. I've got that model, but I've only got one, so I'm kind of holding off until I'm really ready to give it my best
Where are you from?
I'm from
Chicago?
No, Central Illinois.
Central Illinois. Okay, because my shop that I do all my buying and playing at, Grognard, we've actually got an extra one of those. We're going to be doing a Legion tournament where it's going to be the prize.
Yeah, those are sweet. I love those. That's my commission business. I started with when that game came out. I saw that come out. I love Star Wars. That's what I'm waiting to.
And that's what I was telling Evie here is how I got started, because I did a few minis here and there. I did a piece here, but I was using 50-cent brushes and apple barrel paints.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm going to put oxgall liquid into my water, because that actually is a great thing. But so
That's your brush cleaning water? Or
no. I use Flow Aid now.
Okay.
So I keep I wet my brush in this, I clean my brush in that. But I used to make up my own mix, and it would have retarder and oxgall liquid. Because what oxgall liquid does, it changes the viscosity of the pigment. I learned about it when I was doing watercolor classes. And you load up your brush with watercolor and take a palette of water and you just touch the brush in it, and the paint starts to go like that. Put a little oxgall in it though, and the paint just goes like that. It just makes it flow so well and easily. Doesn't work as well with acrylics, but I thought I was the shit. I thought I knew everything.
Somehow you found the secret weapon.
Yeah.
Those are great. Yeah, right now I usually have a 50-50 retarder, distilled water,
Yep.
and a drop of Flow Aid. That helps. That's what I use with my acrylics to try to
Yeah, I use.
wet blend kind of stuff.
So when I'm going to wet blend, that's what this one gets used for. That's Flow Aid, about that much Flow Aid, about that much matte medium, and then just a little bit of retarder, and then water. Liquitex, yep. That is what I do.
I don't have any tattoos. I finally talked to my wife. I think if I do one, it's going to have to be a Star Wars.
Yeah, my first one was a comic book one. Anyhow,
So what was your stream again? It was
you got me monologuing. YGM monologuing. Just like they said from The Incredibles. You sly dog, you got me monologuing. And it's very appropriate, especially for our Wednesday night stream. Hand me that box. So this is going into the brush piece painting competition this weekend. There he is.
it's gorgeous.
So that I'm putting into the paint competition.
I wish I would have known more about this convention. I may have brought something from my own. I was mad about researching. It's a good looking king pig too.
Thank you. He's going in as well. Those are my 2 entry pieces for the paint competition.
Put it like, get a piece of. I'm pretty happy with how far I got.
Look at that. Look at the colors. I love that.
Thank you. I can't wait to see what people build on top of it.
I can't either.
I'm very excited because I actually really like how the skin's coming out like a lot. I'm like, I kind of don't want to leave it now.
Go as long as you want. Like I said.
I'll just go crazy with skin, and then because I would like other, I
Absolutely.
want to see what other people do. I gotta.
Mind if I just pair over your shoulder here?
Oh,
while
go
you
for it.
What's this mini?
That's his mini. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a
some
corn
sort of
piece.
Warhammer.
Yeah, it's a corn piece from 40K. It was donated by the store, so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. It's got a lot of cool textures, a lot of big spaces. I think it'll be fun to get a bunch of people to sit down and try and paint some.
Yeah, I think this is a fun piece.
I'm like, ooh, look at that! Lots of little skulls. I love skulls.
Well, then you can have fun painting that. Would you like a shot of this? Do you want to paint? I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be greedy.
I hate to jump in when somebody else is doing some work.
Oh, well, it's okay. That's the whole point of it, though, so hold on.
That is the whole point of
Yeah,
it.
so let me work on the shadow, otherwise my OCD is going to go crazy.
Yes.
and then I will
What?
Relinquish control.
Crazy artist? No, say it ain't so.
I know, right? Hold on, I just have to try and bend reality to my will. Give me a minute.
Don't rush.
I want some of this. The one thing that I dig about doing this in black and gray, black and white,
Yeah.
is I don't rinse my brush. It's like I'm just gonna bounce from one color to the next. I blend stuff in my brush.
Right, 'cause you don't have to worry about any
Cross,
repeating
right,
colors.
exactly.
See, I do that with my color when I wet blend a lot.
Yeah,
When I'm,
Yeah, if you're close to one that's close to the next one, yeah, you can kind of do that.
yeah.
and let me tell you, that palette that texture palette you're working on, that changed my life.
Yes.
Yeah. So Artis Opus, I don't know if you've watched any of their streams.
I'm familiar with their company, but I don't watch their streams.
So
I didn't even know they streamed.
yeah,
Are they on Twitch, YouTube?
YouTube.
Ah, that's why.
So they're on YouTube and they do tutorials on using these kind of just dry brushes. And they taught me that I've been dry brushing models wrong for 30 years. And
Dry brushing looks
chalky. Yeah, and all it is keeping a touch of moisture in your brush so that it'll help the paint not dry on the brush.
a little bit of blending. Okay, so how do you keep the moisture in the brush without it just becoming a paint brush?
So they sell a product, and I spent $5 on it, plus shipping. It's a little puck, and it's got a little sponge in it.
Okay.
And you keep the sponge just barely moist to the touch, so you can just barely feel any moisture in it. And all you do is you dab your brush in it. And then you pick up your paint, and then you use that. Can I see that palette for just a second? Right there, yeah. So if you take a look, it's got all these little ridges, so you can. So if I wanted to do, I'll put a little bit of, and I will actually just put the paint right on the palette, and then I can pick up some of this gray, and I'll put the gray there, and then I'll mix it right here. And then I can go over the ridges, and I can see exactly how the paint's going to come off my brush before I. So I'll take that drop away. I didn't bring it here. I will just get a drop. I'll do that. But look at how much smoother that paint already is. And how much more paint is still in that brush. And it doesn't come off chalky at all.
That's what, yeah, the stuff that they show that they did with their dry brushing techniques looks airbrushed. It doesn't look
Exactly.
chalky.
And you can run your finger, you can barely feel any moisture on that. But you can feel that there's some. And then as soon as you start to run out of paint, I'll just go back into the water and look at how much more paint I just found in my brush. This combined with that puck changed how I dry brush.
I'm always looking for the product that changes the way you do something.
So just check out their.
I'll
I
force
will.
myself away so you can have a turn.
I must stop.
Going, so you said
No,
this is-
I was just.
That's the whole thing.
just wanted to-
Whatever you want to take it in, whoever sits down gets to call the shot. I don't care.
I was looking for those today, but nobody brought their Canary.
What was that?
No.
This paint line is one that I want to get, but I don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
anybody
Just
who sells it.
set that on there to.
Oh yeah, I had to buy them offline.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you want, you can.
All
I
right.
put them on the
I
palette.
am
if you
going to
wanna
close
give it a
this
shot.
now.
Is there a certain color you want to try? I can put on the palette. So I got the hookups. I got some fluorescence. You want some transparent? I got some shiny mirror paint.
Stuff over here.
I feel like a paint addict, like a paint.
Oh,
dealer.
completely. You don't know how many gold paints.
Oh, your Eeny Meenies from the Twitch. Found it.
Oh,
Right
nice.
on.
You know me?
Yeah, well, I watch Uncle Adam's Twitch stream, and I was just
nice.
saying if you
Oh, what's your stream? I didn't know you had one.
Oh, I'm eating minis.
Eeny Meenies.
Eeny Meenies.
I don't really like announce it.
Well,
Oh,
he
that's
does
okay.
Type Eeny Meenies in the chat bar, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm new to Twitch. I just recently started watching Uncle Adam's on Twitch, and another guy I watch on Twitch, so
Yeah.
I'm relatively new to.
EENIE. Okay.
Yeah. It's even minis is like all one word.
Well, right on. I'll have to start following
Hey,
you.
look at that.
Yeah, you can just do whatever. I just I just always see it red. I was like, I'm gonna do the Jensen purple and yellows. And just
Go
see
for
what
it.
people Build off of that.
Go for it. I love it. And now I am following you.
Thank you. Whatever.
No, absolutely. So that was Eeny Minis.
Do we
A
have
hot
size
mess of a sasshole channel.
2 brush round anywhere, or 2 round? I don't think it's
You want a 2-round?
yeah. If we got 2 round.
There's a Da Vinci, and I've got another. That's the Reaper, but that's garbage. I got a Windsor Newton there. Yeah, let me run that through some brush cleaner real quick.
If you're curious about Chimera colors, there's some that I think are really worth trying. That
Do
I
you
can
have
put
a teal, or I was thinking to go with
the teal. Well,
teal
I
or
got
turquoise?
I got turquoise right here.
Okay.
Gray blue, bright green. If you're looking for that
All
color
right.
range, I also have. this
That's a
purple
Windsor
blue.
Newton.
Oh, and I got this cold yellow. Oh no. What color are you thinking about?
I'm thinking a teal green turquoise for some of these claws and bone, I think.
Well, I definitely got
All right.
jade.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as I judge that category, nothing else.
For the actual deck, that's me device.
Oh, they want me to judge that like that?
They're looking for cash.
Yeah, if they want me to judge these, that's fine. I just don't want to judge anyway.
All right. I'm sorry, what was your name?
I'm Josh.
John. That's
my,
right.
My channel's J Solo Arts. I've
J
got
Solo
YouTube.
Arts?
Yeah.
Outstanding.
J-A-Y, not letter J, but J-A-Y.
J-A-Y. All right. I need to throw this coffee away. It is old. It is nasty. All right.
And I'm not on Twitch, I'm just on YouTube.
That's all right.
Because I live in the area where we have bad internet, so streaming is not...
Not ideal.
Yeah, not ideal.
I get that. All right, so what do I got here? I'm doing more talking than painting. Look at me. All right.
Yeah, let me get some paint Yeah, but I've also.
All right. Let's get back to it.
Alright, so you wanted jade. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Did I even put on the palette for you? I don't remember if I did that.
I got this one, which was pretty close, but you put that one there, I can work off of that too.
Oh, I'll be right back, folks.
Jade and that. Is there any other colors you would like?
I think, here, let's,
Here, you could just take them. I trust you.
I have this whole line, so I wouldn't steal your paint.
Oh, it's okay. I wasn't thinking that you were stealing them, but now I am.
I sold myself out. It's good to meet you. Like I said, I always hear Uncle Adam say, enter any menus in the chat bar and give her a follow, which I have not done because I'm new to Twitch. I don't know how it all works.
It's never too late to put me into your heart. Give me that
Yes.
follow
It's
button.
great to
never
meet you
too
though.
late.
Great to meet you though.
It's nice to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Josh, and my channel on YouTube is J Solo Arts.
Jay Solo Arts?
Yes, with J-A-Y.
Hold on. Can I find you on the... You're on Twitch and YouTube.
Just YouTube, not
Oh, just
Twitch.
YouTube?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I said. I'm new to twitching.
Alright, what is your name again? I'm so sorry.
YouTube is
Jay Solo?
Solo Arts. Thank you.
And I'll probably see you around the convention and stuff.
Yeah, I'll be floating around a little bit.
I mean, same. It's nice meeting you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy painting.
Thank you.
So the new knife that we got dude, right? Like, that new knife that guy? I'm gonna just take a look at what I'm saying. Because I think I have no idea.
he has like he's gonna do some recording and stuff.
He's streaming on Twitch.
Oh, streaming on Twitch. Okay. It's cool, man. Where's the? Oh, is that the communal?
That is the community piece.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we've already got some people starting on it.
Nice, very nice.
And then I'm just going to be working on my doctor.
Wait, actually, the bag, I'll carry. I'd much rather have this.
Looking pretty good.
Working on the nose, and this section right here is yeah, of course. Anthony Wang, ladies and gentlemen. Say hello.
What's up? Are you streaming right now?
Yeah,
Oh.
live all weekend. Cameras are shooting here and there.
Yeah, that's good. You'll have to. You'll want to like still
Darken down under the.
paint some of that volume still, because to
Kind of brighten it up.
recover still because his jaw is still, even though it's in the shadow.
Yeah.
It'll still reflect some light.
Okay.
So just I would just keep like just under the cheekbone start.
Yeah, I can do that.
But it's looking great.
Thank you.
You all set up here?
Never going to turn down free information. Yeah, free tutoring, right?
Yeah.
So Eenie Minnie's got us off to an interesting start with the tones she chose for the flesh on that thing. So
What's your name?
I'm Josh.
Josh. I'm Anthony. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Anthony.
How do you know this guy?
I came over and
he
started
came over
talking.
here and started talking
Okay.
to me.
Okay.
That's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah, that's awesome. Where are you from?
I'm from Central Illinois,
Central Illinois.
Normal,
How central? Oh, normal.
Illinois State University.
I live in some distill.
Oh, right on.
Beer, so.
I work at Maggie Miley's Irish Pub. I'm the bar manager.
Are you
there,
really?
yeah.
Oh, awesome. Amazing, yeah.
Hey, look, Todd let me bring the nice grognard lights in with us.
Oh, yeah, the floor lamp. Like, you have more of them?
These are the only two I had to bring.
Oh, am I keeping it in the frame? I wasn't even considering.
You don't worry about that. That's for me to worry about.
That's one thing I find on my own channel. I drift all over the place.
Now, if you keep it over that pallet, that's pretty much the spot right there. I can make minor adjustments as I need to. All right. So let me bother you for a second to look at this. So when you say the volume's under the, underneath, you're talking along the jawline here on him? Okay. Yeah, I got one right here. My wife's coming with an extension cord.
John has an extension. Did you meet John?
No, I haven't met John yet.
So yeah, John runs Mini Masterworks.
Okay.
Rush Beast as well too. So
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was cool.
So what are you going to be working on?
So I guess some space marines.
Outstanding.
You having fun with that bus?
I am. I got a secondary goal that it's going to be a gift for a friend.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those things where I'm enjoying the process. I'm learning a lot. And I want it to look good for the friend. Alright, so let's
And if you hate it, you don't have to look at it.
You know what? Even my worst stuff, from when I started painting Legion 3.5 years ago now, and I thought I was hot shit, and I was just, hey, put down a good base coat, select good colors, put a wash on everything. I look at those now and I go, oh my God. But I have no intention, I still play with them. I have no intention of stripping them and redoing them because that's been my journey, right?
You're always going to get more models. They'll go backwards.
Yeah, tell me about it. All right. Deepest, darkest part there. Keep that black gray. See, Anthony had to go and throw that monkey into my wrench. The guy thought I was done with this side of the face. No, but that's all right.
John's letting us use some of one of his paint shaker things.
Woo, vortex shaker. Yeah, this is some of this is mine, and some of it was given to us because they had planned on doing a paint and take, so they got a bunch of Reaper and
DragonFall?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this paint is for everybody, whoever wants to grab whatever they want to grab. The one thing I wanted to wait till I saw you in person to say to you, Anthony, is I appreciate every bit of advice that you give, even when I don't listen to you. I want you to understand that, because I've been reading back through some of the posts, and I'm like, I think if I didn't know myself, I think I might have sounded snarky or defensive, and that's not how I am at all. I want you to know that,
Appreciate that, man.
because I appreciate the input, even when I don't listen.
It's all good. And, it's not like you have to listen to me anyways.
All right.
It's, I feel like,
I don't want you to.
Everyone has a different perspective.
Yeah.
And,
Well, no, the thing I'm always afraid of, and afraid's probably the wrong word, but the thing is, I don't want you to feel like you're wasting your breath and decide to stop giving me advice, because I appreciate every bit of it.
well, I appreciate that. The vortex mixers here.
Outstanding.
And they are also on sale over at Mini Masterworks for $69 apparently.
Yeah, and any medium flow aid that you need, I brought a ton of brushes. I brought a bunch of brushes.
Okay.
Water cup. I did not bring an extra water cup. You can go buy a beer cup. So Josh, how's that coming?
We're going with the, Vince Venturella purple and teal
Nice.
style here.
They sit on the opposite sides of the color wheel, so I love Vince.
Thought it'd be as fun. These are not colors that I
Normally would
ever
go with.
go with. That's just my personal taste, but You know, let's give something different a try. That's one thing, since I'm such a Star Wars nerd and such a fan of those minis.
Yeah,
I tend to find myself painting inside the box all the time, if you know what I mean.
me too. Absolutely. Everything that I paint, with the exception of the Corset Rebel Troopers,
Yeah, do your own thing there.
and even the Corset Rebel Troopers, I'm like, I loved Rogue One. I'm gonna do so. Everything is
Yellow and navy. And,
it's
yeah.
navy and the desert yellow, the dirty desert yellow. So even that was not that far out of the box.
Right.
Oh, my first set of Rebel Commandos, I'm gonna do them like the Endor troopers that they are.
Yeah. I've started to kind of, force myself out of that. And what I did was I had a primed set of Corset Rebel Troopers that had been primed for over a year sitting on my bench. And I said, all right, what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to look up, like Star Wars Battlefront. They've got some ideas and stuff. So I different colors, and I found ones that are kind of in the same vein of my channel. I like a lot of gray and orange, which I think stuck with me from my childhood. The Underoos set of gray and orange Luke Skywalker.
I remember those.
Yeah, I love
They
those
were
colors.
we're probably the same age group here.
Yeah. For whatever reason, orange and smoke gray have always been colors that I love. So I was like, well, I'll paint up some Rebel Troopers in that color scheme.
Hey, how you doing, Warlock? We're gonna be here all weekend painting, Warlock, so anytime you can stop by, you on your EU time. I'm sorry, I interrupted
Continue.
Josh.
No, we got a.
No, I just had to say hi to my guy.
Chiming in from overseas. That's awesome.
He's one of my regulars,
Something I love about this community and this hobby is that
right?
it's global. But yeah, so anyway, try and get outside of the box with colors that I like, but paint the uniforms in kind of a military color scheme that that colors that I like still, but get away from canon necessarily colors
Right.
that you see.
And I'm the same way, not just with Star Wars, but like my Marvel Crisis Protocol as well. I want it to be, although I will say, like my Wolverine that I did, I'm a fan, I'm an 80s kid,
So you're up with the
brown and gold,
I did a commission on that one, and I wanted to go that way, but he wanted me to go with it.
the blue and yellow. So, let's see here. So we got, I'll show you what I did. You'll love this then. Because I didn't just do, let's see, where are you at, Wolvie? Yeah, here, this is how old I am. I rocked a mullet. There you go.
I did too, but I don't have evidence of it very well.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's the
a high
thing.
school
I
yearbook.
didn't until I got onto Facebook, and then that's my high school, my senior prom.
Okay.
She's like, "Oh, hey, remember this?" I'm like, "Oh, I wish I didn't."
Yeah. No,
But yeah, I cut his shoulder pads off too.
yeah, that's awesome looking, man. I like the way
That is because that is my Wolverine. So yeah, I went. There you go. There's a nice shot of the pair of them.
And that he complements Sabretooth so well in that.
Exactly.
Because I was more excited to paint that Sabretooth model. I thought that was a really good looking model.
The one that I've got right now, I've got Carnage and Mysterio on my table as well. And I'm like, reasons I love my airbrush. I base coated them both in an hour.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Did you use any of the colored primers from any of the companies?
so actually, I use Stynylrez, so yes. Here's the study. So I used the Stynylrez Ocean Blue on Mysterio. I did him in gray, and then I hit him with Imperial Blue. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. So front and back, and then I zenithal over top. And then, oh, look at that. Look how pretty that comes out.
I like it. Yeah, those colored primers are time savers.
Oh, God, yes.
The guy over here, John from Mini Model Works,
Yeah.
was telling me about the metal primer that Stynylrez has. It's a metallic primer. I've never used it.
I think it was $60, but I got their entire range of 12 primers. And the only thing I've had to rebuy in the last 2 years was my black, because everything's black.
Sure.
Hey, baby. Where are you gonna go? Nope. I will watch my texts. Just text me with whatever you decide to get, and I'll let you know. All right. Love you. Bye. That's a bad thing about sitting here chatting. My wife texted me 15 minutes ago. All right. There we go. That. All right. So Mr. Anthony Wang came by and smacked me politely, gently. So I'm adding a little bit more light to this side to where it might pick up some reflected light. So I'm lightening this up. I don't want it too light. I want to keep it kind of stark so that you can tell that the light is definitely coming from this direction here. Sorry, I don't have a closer zoom in on my brush. The telephoto lens for that one, or the multifocal lens, it's shot. I don't know what the hell is wrong with it, but I can't get it to focus, and the color is so off. Something got in there, so I got to buy a new one for that one. When Eni was sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, I wish I brought a bigger brush." I'm like, "How big?" She's like an 8. I'm like, "God, that's why I have an airbrush."
Yeah. Makes life worth living in this hobby.
So what do you got going on this weekend there, Warlock? Just gonna hang out with us? We'll love you for it, you know that.
So you do Tuesday nights?
Tuesday nights is the paint stream, and then Wednesday, it's the let's talk about whatever we feel like talking about stream. That's the podcast, because that's how we got started. I started as just a podcast, and then it just bloomed from there. It went from me and my buddy Pasquale to me and my buddy Pasquale and my other buddy Todd, who owns Grognard Games, and then my son decided, my 18-year-old son's like, I think I'm going to join you too. I'm like, okay. So it's grown out of control. I love it.
Yeah, that's a thing.
So I think Wednesday night this week we're going to be talking about Daredevil and maybe the X-Men. Because my kid just finished the Daredevil show on Netflix. and he's been wanting to talk about the X-Men for a little while. Okay. So this is Josh. He's got his what's your YouTube channel?
J Solo Arts.
Jay
Yes,
Solo Arts on
J-A-Y
YouTube.
Solo Arts.
He's from downstate Illinois.
Yes, Central Illinois, Normal Illinois.
So if this goes well this weekend, and I'm pretty sure it will because I'm awesome like that, I'm going to try and do the same thing at Adepticon.
Right on. That was the first convention I ever went to in 2019.
Nice.
And then conventions took a hiatus, and this is the first one I've been back to since then.
Since then, yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted to come up here. It also coincided, my wife and I got married in Lake Geneva, so when I told her the convention's in Lake Geneva, she was all good with me coming.
Funny thing is, we just had my 20-year anniversary.
Okay.
Was 3 days ago. And my wife and I, 20 years ago, came up here for our honeymoon.
Okay.
Came up for our first anniversary. Came up for our 10th anniversary. So I'm like, hey, honey, it's at the Grand Geneva. And the thing is, every other time we've come, remember what it was like when you were young,
Sure.
freshly married,
Yeah.
broke. So you stay at the cheaper resorts.
Sure.
I'm like, we could stay at the Grand Geneva this time. She's like, ooh. So she's out at the store right now picking a few things up.
Well, that's great. Fellow lovers of Wisconsin nuptials.
Alright, surrendered a little bit there. Ba-ba-ba.
I might move over there just to get some more pink tables set up.
What? Oh. See, and I was about to ask for some advice there. You see, Anthony is the most brutal teacher I have. He made someone cry at Adepticon.
Oh, my.
Oh. So, hey, real quick. Yeah, just if you, yeah. So, something similar like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Keep the darkest under here. Keep the darkest under the eye. I'm going to keep the darkest in there.
Is the light is coming from here, right?
From
Here?
about here.
Yeah.
So
because
if-
there should be some. If light's here, there should be some bounce light.
Bounce light off the other side.
If it's so unless you make it completely dark, if it's supposed to completely dark, like he's in darkness, there's just one spotlight here.
Yeah.
Then you should carry that through all that stuff that you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I want the drama. I don't want it to be pitch black, but I want the drama of just a hard light coming this direction that's going to kind of wash that out.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying down there. That works.
Yep.
That absolutely works there. I got to get some more. I'm going to lighten it up a little bit on the jawline. Bring this down a little bit more. Maybe extend this a little bit there.
Yep.
So when I was painting this last week, I got this to a point where I'm like, okay, I like that. And I start moving around and looking at it, I'm like, maybe just a touch more white. I went to hit it with just a little bit of the light white gray. All of a sudden I'm like, God damn it, I screwed it up. And I spent 40 more minutes just cleaning. I'm like, God bless America.
Yeah, that's it. But so what you can do is use. I would try some stipple, blend with some stippling, because that that'll help you control your blend a bit.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
also gives that green effect of like a TV.
Yeah.
Waves.
We're definitely going to be doing stippling on the jacket to kind of give it that woolen feel. But yeah, I'll absolutely give that a shot along there too. Thank you. He's a great teacher. If you go to Adepticon
Yeah.
and you can take a class from Anthony,
Okay.
take his class. He's a wonderful teacher. He's an amazing artist.
Usually I get online and all the classes are sold out by the time I get to Adepticon.
So I've been to, let's see, I went in 2018 and 2019, but I was there working for the Fantasy Flight Games, running X-Wing and Destiny, because Star Wars.
Sure.
I mean,
Why not?
it's Star Wars. I play it. So that's when I started going to Adepticon, and then I'm discovering, I had every intention of 2020 buying, going into classes and whatnot, and then of course everything happened, because I'm going to go there as a painter this year.
That's kind of what I knew a guy who ran some games for Fantasy Flight, and I wanted to get he gave me, again, this was in 2019, some email contacts, because I was going to try to do basically some painting, tutorials, just be kind of their painting. So I went to Star Wars Celebration that same year, and there was a Fantasy Flight guy there, and he was just kind of directing the paint and keep, and I wanted to do something like that. But the email I got from the guy never went through to him for whatever reason. I never got a hold of him, and then everything shut down.
Right.
But that's interesting.
Blend that out a little bit. Some stipple blending, he says. Mr. Wang, you want to kill me, I think. Medium. We're going to thin this out a little bit more on this brush load. And try and, there we go. I am, yes. Yeah. Not yet.
I do not.
I'd love one. Absolutely.
What do you got?
I'm not either. I am down with that.
Got a YouTube channel. You guys need
Done.
information?
So, okay, yeah, so yeah, I'm in South Elgin, so it's just a straight shot up 47. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
We just released our first Star Wars Legion baseline, and it's a pure walkway.
Oh, damn.
Now we'll bring some over and give them.
Yes.
And any other bases that you guys are interested in, come by the booth, look at the bases.
Okay.
You might be interested in, and we'll write down your information. You can grab some stuff.
Yeah.
We can just send you. What we do is, if you guys promote our stuff, you get it for free from us. You know, to promote.
Done.
If you do that, we'll give you a code for all your followers, and if they go to our site and buy anything, you guys get a 10% kickback, and
Yeah, no, dude, I am completely down. Oh,
By
yeah.
Elric's, give our name.
My daughter's over there. Just if I'm not standing there, I gotta go.
Excuse me just a moment. What paint? What are you painting? For brush piece? Is that already? Or?
What's that?
Judge painting, you said?
Yeah, Judge Payne for the 40K.
Oh, for the 40K tournament.
But the armies are gonna get entered into Russians.
Okay. By the way. So, yeah, this is fun for you to look at. Give me about 10 minutes. I'm going to put a pause on the stream, and we'll be right back. Community Paint, there we are. We're back. New sponsor. So I've got a new sponsor for the podcast and the paint streams. I get Elric's Hobbies. They're hooking us up with some Legion bases for us to check out. I dig this. I dig this a lot. So we're gonna paint some of these up. We'll do a stream on strictly on these bases. This is gonna be fun and interesting. And our friends over at Grognard gave us some stickers to hit everybody's badges up with. Okay. See, did the wife text me? I'll be right back, ladies and gents.